Former Fugees rapper Pras Michel is expected to be charged by federal prosecutors in the US today for taking part in an illicit lobbying effort which used funds siphoned from 1MDB. Citing sources, Bloomberg reports that Michel will be accused of donating funds to back the re-election of Barack Obama in 2012 without disclosing their foreign origin, specifically Low-Tech Joe. It was previously reported that Low gifted $20 million or 83 million ringgit in 2012 to Michel. The rap star donated over $1.3 million or 5.4 million ringgit to Obama's campaign that same year. Low's spokesman told Bloomberg that the Penang-born businessman has never made any campaign contribution directly or indirectly in the US. Michel is already fighting the US Justice Department over its effort to forfeit $38 million or 158 million ringgit, which it says is connected to the 1MDB fiasco. The civil forfeiture complaint alleges that he aided a scheme to try to get the DOJ to drop an investigation into embezzlement from the state fund. It said Michel was engaged by Low's brother and that he helped by opening bank accounts in the US. Michel has denied any wrongdoing. An aviation analyst believes that ailing carriers Malaysia Airlines and Singapore Airlines should go back to being one airline company, citing the challenging business environment and the down cycle in the aviation sector. Mohsen Aziz, who is Maybank Kim Eng's regional aviation analyst and associate director, says the solution to these two airlines' woes is simple and that they should move away from the mentality about national identities and just merge. Mohsen says such a move would be able to cut a lot of costs and make the carriers more efficient. Among others, he believes there will be plenty of improvements in terms of scheduling, as well as the optimization in terms of relocation of assets. Malaysia-Singapore Airlines was once the flag carrier of the two nations, having come into being in 1966 after the governments of Malaysia and Singapore jointly acquired controlling stakes in the company. It became defunct in 1972 when both countries decided to start separate national airlines. Malaysia Rail Link says it will introduce a pre-qualification exercise at the end of this month for local contractors looking to participate in the construction of the newly revived ECRL. MRL said in a statement today that the pre-queue exercise is to tap eligible Malaysian contractors to participate in 40% of the project's civil works. These work packages include earthworks, formation works, soil improvement works, foundation works, structural works, roadworks and building works. MRL said the project's main contractor, China Communications Construction Company, will be issuing a notice advertisement on May 13th and 14th. Putrajaya has repaid some 17.1 billion ringgit of refunds for the GST and income tax with the help of a 16 billion ringgit special dividend from Petronas. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng says the government has begun receiving this one-off special dividend in stages and that it has commenced the repayment of tax refunds to taxpayers since January. The government had in its 2019 budget said that Petronas would pay a special dividend totaling 30 billion ringgit to repay outstanding GST and income tax refunds of 37 billion ringgit, arrears that had been accumulated under the previous Barisan Nasional administration. He says the repayment of these tax refunds demonstrates that the government did not misappropriate the special dividend from the national oil giant and is sincere in fulfilling its promise to return the tax refunds. He adds that the move is expected to generate a positive impact for businesses in Malaysia and contribute towards economic growth. Panasonic Corporation is said to be selling its solar panel manufacturer Panasonic Energy Malaysia to GS Solar China for an undisclosed amount. The deal is part of wider collaboration to expand its production and research and development activities. According to media reports, Panasonic will also separate its photovoltaic R&D unit, which will be held by a new joint venture that it plans to set up with GS Solar in Japan. This new JV will take on all the R&D activities on heterojunction solar cells and modules. GS Solar will hold a 90% share in this company, and Panasonic will own the remaining 10%. The Japanese company reportedly said that the deal will enable it to scale up production at its factory in Malaysia while continuing to procure and sell the photovoltaic modules produced at the plant. The move would also help the firm drive the competitiveness of its photovoltaic business.